in our subconscious mind. And I'm going to tell you, everybody knows. I mean, they went 6 years and didn't get a thing out of me as far as who's helping me. I got a lot out of them. I can sting up like a motherfucker. And the way I do that is you read the subconscious mind more than you read, well, I don't know if it's more than you read the conscious mind, but you read the subconscious mind is where the information really is. People make mistakes. I'll give an example of that. So we have, I once in a while I'll watch the New Detectives or Homicide 360 or the Homicide Hunter or Forensic Files or something like that. I'll watch one of those shows. So they had a case with this guy's wife is missing, and they're interviewing the husband, right? And he's explaining to the detective, she went to the store. He was explaining, the day, they're giving his schedule. But and when he's talking about she went to the store from his home, the store was left. But he kept pointing right. She went to the store. He's wondering, why is he pointing right? Because the store is left from their house, but there's an empty lot next to the right of their house. So I'm going to go look at that lot because he's pointing right an awful lot. And the subconscious mind will always reveal something if you know how to watch for it. So he goes and he searches the property, and sure as shit, there she is. He found the body. She was dead, dumped in that lot where that guy kept pointing. He's in a police department in the interview room, and he keeps pointing right while he's saying she went to the store, which is left. So that's kind of stuff I'm talking about. And people will reveal stuff without meaning to. I do it. Everybody does it. You can't help it. It's part of the way we're wired as human beings. You can watch for that kind of stuff when you're talking to a person about anything, and just let them talk and just watch them, and you can figure a lot of things out. But the way that we do things is we attract to ourselves what we want. So everybody knows I want to be like Granddad, and here you are in my life, and I'm doing what nobody you know has ever done. No one you know has caught your crime like I have. Nobody. My granddad was a police chief. We're called as lawmen to relieve suffering caused by crime. Relieve it, take it away, and tell people you're safe now. That's what I was taught all my life. All my life. You don't be cruel. You don't cause pain and agony for other people. You stop it. You relieve it. And you attracted me into your life for a reason. Because you hate what you are. You're disgusted by what you are. And so you attracted people in your life that are stopping you because you cannot do it yourself, can you? And I believe that to be true for all 5 of you. Things don't happen arbitrarily. I don't think. I think we attract them, and I think God has divine intervention to bring the right people in the right place at the right time to accomplish His will. And His will is to stop suffering too, isn't it? And everybody knows I have this makeup in me, this mix-up of my character and my DNA and who I am and what I do. And that one, I had political background. My granddad was not just the police chief. He was an elected official where I grew up. So I have this whole life where I'm born into this family of law enforcement and politics. All my life, from birth. So I know all about it. And then I grew up and I become an adult and I have my own business and I'm lobbying for my patients because we had Medicare coverage that wasn't adequate for a lot of them. And I didn't like to watch them suffer. So I went in to meet with elected officials, and being that you grow up in the power of the town where you are, you don't think anything of it. Meeting a senator or something, it's like not a big deal. Powers and service, I was taught all my life, serving. What did Jesus do? Jesus washed the feet of His disciples and said, this is what you need to do. This is how you're supposed to treat people. Serve one another. And then you don't have a need for welfare. There's no need for welfare. If everybody did that like you're supposed to do it, and each person served each other, look for ways to do random acts of kindness for anybody that comes to your path. Trust that the universe and God are bringing that to you because you're supposed to help that guy or that woman or that child to have a good day, when otherwise they would have had the shittiest day ever. And if we all did that, there wouldn't be a need for Medicare, welfare. Wouldn't need it. No food stamps needed. And you teach each other in the way that you act, not your words, in the way that you behave yourself, in the way you conduct yourself every day. And if we all did what we're supposed to do, we wouldn't have the need for that. It wouldn't be needed. Everybody would have what they need, right? It's an abundant world, right? We wouldn't have hungry people and hurting children Would we? That's why we're here. To help each other out, to grow. And you've been a conduit of growth, and that's it, Charles. Nothing more. Because this has caused me to have to dig very deep to come up with every ounce of strength that I have to do battle with the Satan that I've never had to meet face to face like this before in my life. And to learn things that I didn't know I could learn. The law. And it's caused me to have to rise to an occasion to face this adversity. You did me a favor. What you meant for evil is being used for my good even now, in ways that you have no idea. You are to stop, and you are to comply with the law. And you are not to hurt anybody ever again. You don't have a choice. If you don't do it, they'll do it for you. They already are. If we find out what you just said and what you're trying to do before you do it, on 2/12/2022, I hear a recording of you talking to my landlord. I knew Mike was drugged before anybody said it. It wasn't public yet. If they can do that, I promise you, and get that puzzle to me in jail, with Fabian's name on it, intersecting with the word hope, they can get you off me, and it's not up to you. And I've said that, and you need to listen to what people say to you. You need to shut your mouth and listen, and understand what people are saying to you, all of you. Why would you want to hurt somebody? There's something wrong with you. If your goal is to destroy someone else's life, there's something really fucked up about you. If that's your goal. You get up in the morning and you go to a meeting. How can we fuck her up today? Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to do that? What is wrong with you that you can allow yourself to go there in your mind? Have you any idea the children's lives who are blown up because of what these men do? And you're a part of it. You're a part of it. Why in the fuck do you want that to be your legacy? You need to see a shrink. Badly. Now I'm going to go over this again because I don't go a day without trying to help him. This man is an officer down in need of an assist. He took a vandalism report from me 6 days before he is murdered. His friend is murdered. Right next, he's laying on top of his dead friend. Best friend. Can you imagine? Tyler Buttram and Jerry Ridley both said, it doesn't make any sense. These two were best friends and they got along great. They weren't fighting. We don't understand. What the hell happened? They were recorded talking about Jeff Epstein right before the murder. They took my vandalism report right before the murder, 6 days. That didn't flag you off, Captain? Flagged us off. Flagged everybody off. I didn't say who did it. I didn't know. We said. Nobody saw who did it. I went and got Laura, the maid, and said, did you see who put something in my trunk? This is weird. It's like they just want me to know they can get my new car. They've already ruined my last car. They punctured the radiator hose. They drained the oil out, took the tail light out, and then threw a brick at it, and it totaled it. Could have been my head. It cracked my engine in two. Could have been my head. Probably was meant to be my head. I went out a different way because I could see Perry's guy sitting there waiting for me. Called down the road and tell him, here she comes. Everybody talked about it. Everybody knew it was common knowledge. It was common knowledge where I lived and where I worked. Wasn't a secret. Everybody knew. And so I went out a different way. I was delayed about 2 minutes. Otherwise, it probably would have been my skull cracked in two. So what was that? Murder attempt number 2? Yeah, we're taking it like that. You get caught when you fuck with me. Like never before in your lives. All of you. You've not seen anybody do what we do, have you? And yet you keep going at it. Like you just don't, moth to the flame. I got my ass fried yesterday, but I'm going to go right back to the flame again today. We do the same thing every day and expect different results. Definition of insanity. 12 years and you can't figure out maybe how to change what you're doing? You're making your problems worse, not better. We see it. Why can't you? We all see it. Why can't you? You know what you're getting told on? Because everybody's sick and tired of it. And I think you want to stop too, or you wouldn't have attracted this to you. Subconsciously, you attract to you what you want. Sometimes people can't stop on their own. So they attract things to their lives that'll do it for them. And you did. And you have. And you are. That goes for the guy who said, pin or don't on if it's COVID or peri. When you can't figure that out on your own, little math. You ought to be able to. You look at the news. You look at the lawsuit from a bar in Oklahoma City talking about we're going broke from COVID. You go talk to the owner. What's your money look like? How much of it? Is there a difference in your income here as opposed to your other club? And yeah, quite a bit. We have a girl here with a stalker, keeps taking everybody's money. It's trailer park. I gotta back up on the trailer park thing. Not everybody lives in a trailer park is trash, but there is a element of trailer park trash, and that's what you are. You didn't grow up like I did. You can tell. You can sure as shit tell. So, this man took my complaint. He got in my car. They always get a key. Pays the dealer a little something, something, gets a key. So kind of like he pays the landlord a little something, something, gets in my house. Takes my bank cards. My guy's calling me. They just got your bank card. Cancel it. So that you don't have to, and when you need it, because I didn't use it all the time. I had it tucked away somewhere. You'd have to have a camera in my home to know where it was. You'd have to. It was that hidden. So you have to have you have to have the 10-day business mail days to get the new one in the mail. You don't want to have to do that while you're have any money. You got money in that account, you better get your card now before you're going to need it, because they're going to take your money and you're going to need it. Sure shit. They did, and I did. So this officer took my report. We all said we don't know who did it, but it's likely stalker related. The National Stalker Victims Resource Center says that's what you do. You tell the cops this could be stalker related. It may not be, but it could be. And you let the police make a determination. That's their job. And that's what she says. It's not the victim's job to figure that out. It's your job, officer. I didn't have to say that to this guy right here. 6 days later, the chief is dead. Beat to death by a man who ends up with not a mark on him while he's sleeping. And you think we're supposed to believe you when you say you didn't do it? You're off your nut. You might be stupid, but we're not. And then the way that you've gone at me is witness tampering. So we know we're not. You're tampering with a witness, sir. In the murder case of a cop. My statement is on the docket. I'm not changing it. You're taking my money to try to make me lie is a crime. You're a criminal. You're being stopped every time you're told on. And what law enforcement agency has those recordings? And what courtroom are they going to pop out on? And what day are you going to be arrested? When you can answer those questions, then start threatening me again. Until then, you fuck off. If you can't do it by yourself, they'll do it for you.